Children's Hospital, Los Angeles, October 15, 1975. 8-year-old Tommy Chen lies in bed surrounded by get-well cards, toy cowboys, and medical equipment that has become as familiar to him as his own toys. Tommy has been fighting leukemia for 18 months, and everyone who knows him understands that this battle is one he will not win. His small frame is weakened by chemotherapy. His once thick black hair has fallen out, and his energy comes in brief bursts between long periods of exhaustion. But Tommy's spirit remains unbroken, sustained by an imagination filled with cowboys, Indians, and the heroic adventures of his favorite movie star John Wayne. When the Make-A-Wish Foundation asks Tommy what he would like more than anything in the world, his answer is immediate and certain: "I want to meet the real John Wayne." What happens over the next 3 days will challenge Wayne's understanding of what it means to be a hero and teach him that sometimes the most important performances happen far away from cameras and audiences. Tommy Chen's fascination with John Wayne began 2 years earlier, when his older brother David showed him The Searchers on television during one of Tommy's many hospital stays. Despite being only 6 years old at the time, Tommy was captivated by Wayne's portrayal of Ethan Edwards, a man driven by an uncompromising code of honor and an unwavering determination to protect his family. "He's so big and strong," Tommy told David after watching the movie. "The bad guys can't hurt him because he's John Wayne." For Tommy, Wayne represents everything that his illness has taken from him: physical strength, fearlessness, and the ability to protect the people he loves. In Tommy's imagination, John Wayne is more than an actor or a character. He's a symbol of invincibility that offers comfort in a world where Tommy feels powerless against forces he cannot understand or control. Tommy's parents, David and Susan Chen, immigrated to Los Angeles from Taiwan in 1965, bringing with them dreams of providing their children with opportunities that would have been impossible in their homeland. David works as an engineer while Susan manages the household and cares for Tommy's medical needs, which have become increasingly complex as his condition deteriorates. The Chen family's introduction to American culture came largely through movies and television, and David found himself drawn to Westerns as a way to understand the American values of independence, courage, and frontier justice. When he shared these films with his sons, Tommy immediately gravitated toward Wayne's characters, seeing in them the kind of heroic certainty that his own uncertain world lacked. Tommy watches John Wayne movies and forgets he's sick. Susan tells the nurses at Children's Hospital, "For 2 hours, he's not a patient, he's a cowboy." The Make-A-Wish Foundation contact comes through Tommy's oncologist, Dr. Patricia Hendricks, who has been treating Tommy since his diagnosis and understands that his condition has progressed beyond the possibility of cure. With Tommy's remaining time measured in weeks rather than months, Dr. Hendricks wants to ensure that the boy has experiences that bring him joy and help his family create positive memories during an impossibly difficult period. Tommy talks about John Wayne constantly. Dr. Hendricks tells the Make-A-Wish coordinator he has pictures of Wayne on his wall. He quotes lines from Wayne's movies, and he role-plays as Wayne's characters during his play therapy sessions. Meeting Wayne would mean everything to this child. The Make-A-Wish Foundation's approach to Wayne comes through his agent, who initially expresses concern about whether Wayne would be comfortable visiting a terminally ill child. Wayne has always been private about his personal charitable work, and he's never been involved with organized wish-granting programs. But when Wayne learns about Tommy's specific situation, a young boy facing death who finds comfort in Wayne's characters, his response is immediate and unqualified. "Of course I'll visit him," Wayne tells his agent. "When can I go?" Wayne's decision to visit Tommy reflects both his genuine affection for children and his understanding of the responsibility that comes with being a role model for young fans. Throughout his career, Wayne has received thousands of letters from children who see him as a hero, and he's always taken those relationships seriously. Have you ever been someone's hero without realizing it? Sometimes the images we project have power in other people's lives that we never intended or expected. The visit is arranged for October 18th, a Saturday morning when Tommy is likely to have more energy and fewer medical procedures scheduled. Wayne plans to spend an hour with Tommy, bringing signed photographs and perhaps a few small gifts, offering the kind of personal attention that he hopes will create a special memory for the boy and his family. Wayne arrives at Children's Hospital at 10 a.m., dressed casually in slacks and a sport shirt, carrying a bag of Western-themed toys and books that he's selected specifically for Tommy. The hospital staff is excited about Wayne's visit, with nurses and doctors finding excuses to walk past Tommy's room in hopes of glimpsing the famous actor. Wayne's approach to the visit is straightforward and genuine. He's not trying to create a publicity event or photo opportunity, but rather to spend time with a child who has found meaning in Wayne's work during the most difficult period of his young life. When Wayne enters Tommy's room, he's struck immediately by how small and frail the 8-year-old appears. Tommy's condition has progressed significantly since his diagnosis, and the effects of his treatment are clearly visible in his pale complexion, thin frame, and the medical equipment that surrounds his bed. But Wayne is also impressed by Tommy's alertness and the obvious intelligence in his dark eyes. Despite his physical weakness, Tommy seems fully present and aware, studying Wayne with the kind of careful attention that suggests he's comparing the real person with the larger-than-life figure he's seen on screen. "Hello there, partner," Wayne says, using the gentle tone he reserves for children. "I hear you're a fan of cowboys." Tommy looks at Wayne carefully, taking in his appearance, his voice, and his demeanor. After a long moment, Tommy's response surprises everyone in the room, including his parents and the hospital staff who have gathered to witness the meeting. "You're not John Wayne," Tommy says quietly. "You're too old, and you look sick." The room falls silent. Wayne's smile fades as he processes Tommy's words, realizing that the boy's image of John Wayne, formed by watching movies where Wayne appears strong, vital, and heroic, doesn't match the reality of a 68-year-old man who has survived cancer and shows the physical effects of decades of hard living. Tommy continues his assessment with the brutal honesty that only children possess. "John Wayne is big and strong and not afraid of anything. You look like my grandpa." Wayne stands motionless for several seconds, unsure how to respond to Tommy's disappointment. The actor has faced hostile critics, political opponents, and professional setbacks throughout his career, but he has never before been rejected by a dying child who finds him insufficient compared to the heroic image he's created on screen. Tommy's parents are mortified by their son's words, immediately beginning to apologize to Wayne, and explain that Tommy doesn't understand the difference between movies and reality. But Wayne raises his hand to stop their explanations, recognizing that Tommy's reaction isn't rudeness but rather honest disappointment from a child whose expectations haven't been met. "It's all right," Wayne tells the Chens. "Tommy's not wrong. I'm not the same as the characters I play in movies." Wayne spends a few more minutes in Tommy's room, trying to engage the boy in conversation about cowboys and movies, but Tommy's enthusiasm has clearly deflated. The meeting that was supposed to bring joy has instead created disappointment for a child who desperately needed to believe that heroes exist in real life. When Wayne leaves the hospital, he carries with him Tommy's words and the image of a dying boy who looked at him and found him wanting. The experience affects Wayne more profoundly than he initially realizes, challenging his understanding of what his public image means to the people who find inspiration in his characters. That evening, Wayne calls his longtime friend and frequent co-star Maureen O'Hara to talk about the hospital visit. "I met a little boy today who's dying, and he told me I wasn't John Wayne," Wayne explains. "He was right, but it broke my heart to disappoint him." O'Hara listens as Wayne describes Tommy's reaction and his own feelings of inadequacy when confronted with a child's honest assessment. "Duke," she tells him, "that little boy doesn't need you to be John Wayne the man. He needs you to be John Wayne the character. There's a difference." O'Hara's comment helps Wayne understand that Tommy's disappointment stems not from any failing on Wayne's part, but from the fundamental difference between the heroic characters Wayne portrays and the ordinary human being who portrays them. For Tommy, John Wayne represents an ideal of strength and courage that transcends the limitations of mortality. Exactly the kind of ideal that a dying child needs to believe in. Wayne spends most of Saturday night thinking about Tommy and the boy's need for a hero who matches his imagination rather than his reality. By Sunday morning, Wayne has developed a plan that will require him to abandon his usual approach to public appearances and instead embrace the responsibility of being the character that Tommy needs him to be. Wayne contacts the hospital and asks to arrange a second visit with Tommy, this time with specific requirements that surprise the staff. Wayne wants to return in full costume as Rooster Cogburn from True Grit, complete with eye patch, badge, and period-appropriate clothing. He also requests that the hospital staff refer to him only as Sheriff Cogburn during the visit, maintaining the character illusion that Tommy needs. The hospital initially expresses concern about Wayne's unusual request, worried that encouraging a child's confusion between reality and fiction might not be psychologically healthy. But Dr. Hendricks, who understands Tommy's emotional needs better than anyone, supports Wayne's plan. "This child is dying," Dr. Hendricks tells the hospital administration. "If John Wayne wants to dress up as a cowboy to make Tommy happy, we should absolutely allow it. Tommy's psychological well-being is more important than maintaining strict boundaries between fantasy and reality." Wayne arranges for his costume department to prepare a complete Rooster Cogburn outfit, including authentic period weapons and accessories. He also spends Sunday evening watching True Grit to refresh his memory of the character's speech patterns, mannerisms, and personality traits. For Wayne, this preparation represents more than simply putting on a costume. He's preparing to give a performance that may be the most important of his career, not because it will be seen by millions of people, but because it will be seen by one dying child who desperately needs to believe that heroes exist. Monday morning, October 20th, Wayne returns to Children's Hospital in full Rooster Cogburn costume. The transformation is remarkable. The eye patch, weathered hat, and authentic Western clothing create the illusion of the character stepping out of the movie screen and into real life. Hospital staff members who see Wayne in the hallway barely recognize him as the same person who visited Tommy 2 days earlier. The costume doesn't just change Wayne's appearance, it changes his entire presence, his posture, and his demeanor, transforming him from a celebrity making a charitable visit into a character fulfilling a child's dream. When Wayne enters Tommy's room as Rooster Cogburn, the boy's reaction is immediate and electric. Tommy's face lights up with joy and wonder as he sees the figure from his favorite movie standing beside his bed, exactly as he appears on screen. "Howdy there, young fella," Wayne says in Cogburn's distinctive voice. "I hear you've been looking for me." Tommy's response captures the pure delight of a child whose greatest wish has suddenly come true. "You're the real John Wayne. You're Sheriff Cogburn." For the next 3 hours, Wayne maintains the character completely, never breaking the illusion that Tommy is meeting the actual Rooster Cogburn rather than an actor playing a role. Wayne tells Tommy stories about his adventures as a U.S. Marshal, describes his horse and his weapons, and engages the boy in conversations about courage, justice, and what it means to be a lawman. Tommy, despite his physical weakness, becomes animated in a way his parents haven't seen since before his diagnosis. He asks Cogburn about fighting outlaws, about life on the frontier, and about how to be brave when you're scared. Wayne answers each question in character, drawing on his deep understanding of the Western genre and his own personal philosophy about courage and integrity. "Being brave don't mean you ain't scared," Wayne tells Tommy in Cogburn's voice. "It means you do what's right even when you are scared. That's what real lawmen do, and that's what real cowboys do too." The conversation takes on deeper meaning as Wayne realizes that Tommy isn't just playing a game. The boy is genuinely seeking guidance about how to face his own mortality with courage. Tommy's questions about bravery and fear reflect his need to understand how to be a hero in his own life, even when that life is ending. "Sheriff Cogburn," Tommy asks at one point, "what happens to cowboys when they get old and sick?" Wayne's answer reflects both the character's philosophy and his own understanding of what Tommy needs to hear. "Well, partner, every cowboy knows that life ain't forever, but a real cowboy makes sure he lives it right, helps people who need help, and leaves the world a little better than he found it. That's what makes a man worth remembering." Tommy's parents watch in amazement as their son engages with Wayne's character in ways that his illness had made impossible for months. Tommy sits up straighter, speaks more clearly, and displays an enthusiasm that his medical team thought was gone forever. Dr. Hendricks, observing the visit from the hallway, is struck by the therapeutic value of Wayne's performance. "I've never seen Tommy this engaged or this happy," she tells the nursing staff. "Whatever Mr. Wayne is doing, it's having a profoundly positive effect on this child's emotional state." The visit includes activities that allow Tommy to participate in his own cowboy adventure. Wayne brings props that let Tommy wear a deputy's badge and hold realistic but safe replicas of Western weapons. They role-play scenarios where Tommy helps Sheriff Cogburn capture outlaws and protect innocent people. For Tommy, these activities aren't just games. They're opportunities to embody the kind of heroism he admires and to experience, even briefly, what it feels like to be strong and capable. Wayne recognizes the psychological importance of allowing Tommy to play the hero rather than just meet one. "You've got the makings of a fine lawman, Deputy Chen," Wayne tells Tommy at one point. "You're smart, you're brave, and you care about doing what's right. That's all a sheriff needs." Tommy's response reveals how much the experience means to him. "Really, Sheriff Cogburn? You think I could be a real cowboy?" "Son, you already are a real cowboy," Wayne replies. "You've been fighting the toughest fight there is, and you've done it with more courage than most grown men could manage. That's what makes a cowboy, not the hat or the horse, but the heart." As the visit continues, Wayne realizes that maintaining the character illusion isn't just about entertaining Tommy, it's about providing the boy with a relationship to heroism that transcends the limitations of his physical condition. As Rooster Cogburn, Wayne can offer Tommy a model of courage that doesn't depend on physical strength or perfect health. The visit also affects Wayne personally in ways he doesn't fully anticipate. Spending 3 hours in character, focused entirely on one child's needs and responding to his questions about courage and mortality, helps Wayne understand aspects of his own persona that he's never fully examined. "Playing Cogburn for Tommy taught me something about the characters I've created," Wayne later tells Maureen O'Hara. "They're not just entertainment, they're examples of how people can choose to live." Tommy needed to see that kind of example, and I needed to remember why those examples matter. Before leaving the hospital, Wayne gives Tommy several mementos of their meeting: a deputy's badge that Tommy can keep, signed photographs of Wayne in character as various Western heroes, and a personal letter from Sheriff Cogburn that Tommy can read whenever he needs encouragement. The letter, written in character, includes advice about facing difficult challenges with courage and dignity. "Remember, Deputy Chen, a real lawman never gives up, even when the odds are against him. You keep fighting the good fight, and know that Sheriff Cogburn is proud to call you partner." Tommy's condition continues to deteriorate following Wayne's visit, but his spirits remain elevated in ways that surprise his medical team. He talks constantly about his meeting with Sheriff Cogburn, retells their conversations to anyone who will listen, and role-plays scenarios where he and Cogburn work together to help people in need. "It's remarkable," Dr. Hendricks tells Tommy's parents. "Tommy's physical condition hasn't improved, but his emotional state is better than it's been since his diagnosis. He's found a way to see himself as strong and capable despite his illness." Tommy's final week is marked by a peacefulness that his parents hadn't dared hope for. Instead of focusing on his fear or pain, Tommy spends his time talking about cowboys, justice, and the adventures he plans to have when he's healthy enough to ride horses and help Sheriff Cogburn capture outlaws. 3 days before Tommy dies, he tells his mother something that stays with her forever. Sheriff Cogburn said, "I'm already a real cowboy because I'm brave. I'm not scared anymore, Mama, because cowboys aren't afraid of anything." Tommy Chen dies on October 27, 1975, exactly 1 week after Wayne's second visit. His parents find comfort in knowing that their son's final days were filled with joy and a sense of heroic purpose rather than fear and despair. Wayne learns of Tommy's death through a phone call from Dr. Hendricks, who wants him to know how much his visits meant to the boy and his family. The news affects Wayne deeply, but he also feels gratitude for having been able to provide Tommy with exactly what the child needed during his final week. Tommy died believing he was a hero. Dr. Hendricks tells Wayne, "That's an incredible gift you gave him and his family." Wayne attends Tommy's funeral, not as a celebrity making a public appearance, but as someone who had developed a genuine connection to the boy during their brief time together. He speaks with Tommy's parents about their son's courage and the impact their meeting had on his own understanding of what heroism really means. The experience with Tommy influences Wayne's approach to his remaining film roles and his interactions with young fans. He becomes more conscious of the responsibility that comes with creating heroic characters and more committed to ensuring that those characters represent values worth emulating. Wayne also becomes involved with Children's Hospital Los Angeles, making regular visits to young patients and supporting research into pediatric cancer treatment. He never publicizes these activities, viewing them as personal obligations rather than opportunities for positive publicity. In 1977, 2 years after Tommy's death, Wayne establishes the Tommy Chen Courage Award, presented annually to a young person facing serious illness who demonstrates exceptional bravery and positive attitude. The award includes a college scholarship fund for recipients who recover and pursue higher education. The awards ceremony includes a presentation where Wayne, often in costume as one of his Western characters, meets with recipients and their families. For Wayne, these meetings represent opportunities to provide other children with the same kind of heroic inspiration that Tommy needed and deserved. Dr. Hendricks, who remains involved with the award program, describes Wayne's continued involvement as a testament to how one child changed a movie star's understanding of what it means to be a hero. Tommy taught Mr. Wayne that the most important performances aren't on movie screens, they're in hospital rooms and homes, where children need to believe that courage and goodness are real. Wayne's experience with Tommy also influences his final film performances, particularly in The Shootist, where his character faces mortality with dignity and courage. Wayne brings to that role a deeper understanding of what it means to be brave in the face of death, learned from watching an 8-year-old boy face his own mortality with remarkable grace. When Wayne himself faces cancer again in 1979, he draws on lessons learned from Tommy about maintaining courage and dignity during illness. Wayne's own final months are marked by the same kind of peaceful acceptance that Tommy displayed, suggesting that their brief relationship taught Wayne as much about facing death as it taught Tommy about living heroically. Tommy Chen's story becomes part of the unofficial history of Wayne's charitable work, passed down through the staff at Children's Hospital and the families who benefit from the Courage Award program. While most of the public never learns about Wayne's relationship with Tommy, those who know the story understand it as an example of how authentic heroism happens in private moments of kindness, rather than in public displays of celebrity generosity. The transformation that Wayne underwent for Tommy, from disappointed celebrity to character-based hero, represents one of the most meaningful performances of his career. By choosing to be the person Tommy needed him to be rather than the person he actually was, Wayne demonstrated the kind of selfless courage that his characters had always embodied. Today, nearly 50 years after Tommy's death, the story of his meeting with John Wayne continues to inspire both the families of seriously ill children and the entertainment industry professionals who work to bring joy to young patients. It serves as a reminder that sometimes the most important gift we can give is not who we are, but who someone else needs us to be. The Children's Hospital Los Angeles still maintains a small memorial garden dedicated to Tommy Chen and other young patients who have died during treatment. A plaque in the garden includes a quote from Wayne's character letter to Tommy: "A real lawman never gives up even when the odds are against him." Hospital staff members use Tommy's story to help train new employees about the psychological needs of terminally ill children and the importance of supporting their emotional well-being alongside their medical treatment. The story demonstrates how simple acts of imagination and kindness can provide profound comfort to children facing circumstances beyond their control. Wayne family members continue to support the Tommy Chen Courage Award and maintain involvement with children's hospital programs. They understand that Wayne's relationship with Tommy represented one of their father's most meaningful achievements, even though it received none of the public recognition associated with his film career. The story also influences contemporary discussions about celebrity involvement with charitable causes, serving as an example of how public figures can use their fame to provide genuine help, rather than simply generating positive publicity. Wayne's willingness to transform himself completely for Tommy's benefit demonstrates the kind of authentic commitment that distinguishes meaningful charitable work from superficial celebrity gestures. Sometimes the most important moments in a person's life happen away from cameras and audiences, in hospital rooms and private conversations, where genuine human connection transcends the barriers between fame and anonymity. Wayne's relationship with Tommy Chen represents that kind of authentic human encounter, where a dying child's need for heroes inspired a movie star to discover what heroism really means. Tommy wanted to meet the real John Wayne, and after initial disappointment, he got exactly what he needed. Not the man behind the characters, but the best qualities of those characters embodied by someone who understood that sometimes being real means being more than yourself. And unfortunately, they don't make people like John Wayne anymore. People willing to transform themselves completely for a dying child's happiness. People who understand that true heroism happens in private moments of service. People who know that sometimes the most important performance of your life is the one that only one person will ever see.